Hello, everyone. Today we're looking at a news article titled LA Inferno Could Inflict a $150 billion economic wound. This article examines the devastating wildfires in Los Angeles, their economic impact, and the long-term consequences for affected communities. As climate change intensifies, natural disasters like wildfires are becoming more frequent and destructive. Let's explore what this means for residents and policymakers. Before we analyze the details, let's take a step back and consider the bigger picture. Natural disasters disrupt lives, economies, and governments. Some areas recover quickly, while others struggle for years. Today, we'll discuss the economic and social impacts of disasters like wildfires. Natural disasters don't just destroy homes, they have long-lasting effects on economies. Businesses close, rebuilding costs skyrocket, and entire communities may never fully recover. The financial burden isn't just on individuals. It also affects local and national economies. Governments must invest in reconstruction. Insurance companies face massive payouts, and job losses can be significant. If a wildfire destroyed your home, would you rebuild or relocate? How do you think natural disasters affect job markets and local economies? When a natural disaster occurs, people face tough choices. Some may choose to leave permanently, while others try to rebuild. According to experts, about 1/3 of wildfire victims sell their property and move away, while another third, mostly wealthier residents, rebuild within a few years. The remaining third, often uninsured or underinsured, may struggle for up to a decade before recovering. Economically, wildfires devastate local industries. Small businesses may never reopen, and homeowners must deal with rising costs for construction and materials. Additionally, half of all affected businesses may permanently shut down, reducing tax revenue for the local government and delaying economic recovery. While rebuilding efforts create temporary jobs, long-term recovery depends on strategic investments and policies that promote resilience. Now, to understand this article better, we need to familiarize ourselves with key vocabulary. We'll define each word, look at it in context, and go over example sentences. Let's begin. Let's start with our first phrase, rip through. The phrase means to move through something with great force, often causing destruction. We commonly use it to describe natural disasters such as wildfires or hurricanes. The idea is that the event is so powerful that it tears through an area, leaving devastation in its wake. Let's look at an example. The wildfire ripped through the valley, destroying thousands of acres in just a few hours. Next, we have resilience. It is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties or adapt to challenging situations. In the article, experts emphasize the importance of resilience in rebuilding efforts after the wildfires. Communities that invest in fire-resistant construction and emergency preparedness tend to recover faster from disasters. Here's an example. The town showed great resilience after the wildfire, quickly rebuilding and restoring businesses. Finally, let's examine in the name of. It is a phrase used when something is done for the sake of a specific cause or justification. In the article, Papadopoulos criticizes how cost-cutting decisions have been made in the name of efficiency and profit, ultimately increasing risk. Let's see this word in action. Many safety regulations have been ignored in the name of convenience, putting people at greater risk. Now that we've explored the main themes and vocabulary, let's reinforce our understanding with a summary dictation exercise. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks. Wildfires in Los Angeles have killed many people and destroyed homes, burning 20,000 acres. As a result, economic losses could reach $150 billion, and rebuilding may take several years. Wealthier homeowners will likely rebuild faster, while those with fewer resources may struggle for a decade. However, rising material costs and widespread business closures will further slow the recovery process. Experts warn that past cost-cutting in construction has increased fire risks, making communities more vulnerable. To prevent future disasters, rebuilding efforts must prioritize fire-resistant materials and stricter building codes. Let's take a look at the answer. The first answer is destroyed. This means to cause complete damage to something so that it no longer exists or cannot be repaired. The second answer is struggle. It refers to experiencing difficulty or making a great effort to deal with a problem or situation. The third answer is cost cutting. This describes the process of reducing expenses, often at the expense of safety or quality. The fourth answer is construction. It refers to the process of building or assembling infrastructure, such as homes and buildings. The last answer is vulnerable. This describes being at risk of harm or damage due to a lack of protection or resilience. Great job today! We explored the economic challenges of disaster recovery, discussed the long-term impact of wildfires, and learned key vocabulary related to the topic. As you reflect on this lesson, think about what steps could be taken to reduce the damage caused by future disasters. What safety features does your residence have to prevent or handle natural disasters such as fires, floods, or hurricanes? We'll discuss your thoughts in our next session. Until then, stay curious and keep learning.